Today we're diving into GraphQL with STRAPI. STRAPI, as you know, is a powerful headless CMS, and headless means it gives you an API to access your content. By default, STRAPI offers a REST API, which is great, but if you want more flexibility, you can add GraphQL by installing a plugin. Now I'm going to show you how to use STRAPI to create a custom content type and how to access this content using a GraphQL API. Okay, first let's install STRAPI CMS. Let's grab the command from the website, and now let's run it within this folder. Here's the latest version of STRAPI, 5.10.4. I'm going to enter the name of the project. This will be STRAPI GraphQL. I'm going to skip the access or the trial access to STRAPI Cloud. I'm going to use SQLite for this project. I'm not going to use any example structure and data, so this will be no. Let's use TypeScript. Let's use npm, and let's initialize a repo. This is going to create the initial structure and scaffolding for the project. Okay, the project has been installed within this folder. So, as you know, with the STRAPI, we can access it in two different ways, in development mode and in production mode. In development mode, we will be able to customize our content types. In production mode, you just can create your content, manage the workflow, publish the content, but you cannot modify the content types. So let's cd into the projects folder, and let's run STRAPI in development mode. So this will be npm run develop. Okay, here is the URL to access the administration panel of STRAPI. So I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste it here. Let's close this one. Okay, first we need to enter the administrator details, and we need to click on Let's Start, and now we can create our content type. So I'm going to create a content type from the content type builder. This will be a new collection type, and the name of the content type will be book. I'm going to continue, and I'm going to add the different fields of the book. I'm going to keep it really simple. The first property or field for the book will be the title. This will be a short text. I'm going to add a description for the book. This will be a long text. And finally, I'm going to add a relation to assign the author of the book. So this will be authors, and this will be a many-to-many relation with the users. So there will be authors, and the property from the user will be books. So I'm going to click on Finish, and I'm going to click on Save. And now we will be able to access the content manager with the form that will be generated by STRAPI. So here we have the book, and here we have the form to create a new book. And here we can add the authors of the books. So first I'm going to add some authors, and then I'm going to create the book, and I'm going to link the user to the book. Okay, now we have our first author or our first user, and now I'm going to create a book, and I'm going to link this book with this author. I'm going to paste the description, and I'm going to assign the author of the book. I'm going to click on Save, and I'm going to click on Publish. And here we have our book, and this book has the author assigned. If we go to the user, meaning the author, we can see that it's going to have the relation also with the book. Great. So now let's go back to the console and let's install the GraphQL plugin. Okay, let's go to the STRAPI website, and from here we can grab the command to install the GraphQL plugin for STRAPI. So let's go back. I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to run it. Okay, the GraphQL plugin has been installed, so now let's run STRAPI again. Okay, and now we need to set up the permissions to access the API. So from here, we need to go to API tokens, and we're going to create a new API token. Okay, the token will be GraphQL API token. The token duration will be 7 days, and the type will be custom because we want to select different permissions here to read and write books. So we're going to select find, we're going to select create, and we also need to allow access to the user permissions, basically the find method. I'm going to click on save. And here we have our access token. We need to grab it. And now we need to access the GraphQL endpoint. And for that, we need to access localhost 1337/GraphQL. And here we can access the Apollo server, basically to run our queries. So first, I'm going to add a new header here. This will be the authorization header, and I'm going to pass the bidder token which I created. I'm going to paste it here, and to leave a space here. Okay. And now I'm going to add a query, basically to get our books. Okay, so let's build our query. So this will be get books. And we want to get the list of books. So I'm going to click on books here, and I'm going to add that query there. And I'm going to include the different fields of the book. So basically, I'm going to include the title. I'm also going to include the description. And finally, I'm going to include the list of authors. So I'm going to click here on authors. And I'm going to select the different fields of the author, basically the email and the document ID. These are fields generated by STRAPI. So now let's run our query. And as you can see here, we get a list of books, basically the only book that we created, with the title, the description, and the list of authors. Okay, now let's run a mutation. So now I want to create a new book. Let's remove this query, and I'm going to create a mutation. Going back here, this will be a mutation. This will be create book. So this will be $data, and this will be book input. And the mutation will be create book, this one. Okay. And once it's created, I want to get the title, I want to get the description, and I want to get the authors as well. Let's say the email and the document ID. And now we need to pass the variables to create this book. I'm going to grab the variables I have here. I'm going to paste them in here. And I'm passing the status as published. And I'm passing the data. That is basically the description of the book, the title, and the authors. I need to basically grab the document ID from the author. And I'm going to paste that document ID here. That is what we need to pass to create and to link the authors to the book. So I'm going to click on create book. And as we can see here, we get the new book with the new title, the description, and the author is the same author of the previous book. And now let's run a query again to get all the books. Now we should see the two books. Let's run again the query. And now we get the two books. The first one and the second one. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.